Yes, imagine this. The year is 1986. Ibrahim Babangida is the military ruler of Nigeria. Fela Kuti is still performing at the shrine. And in Uganda, a rebel leader named Yoweri Museveni seizes power. Fast forward to today, January 2026. Babangida left power 33 years ago. Fela has passed on. Nigeria has had 7 different heads of state since then. But in Uganda, it is still Yoweri Museveni. Today, Ugandans go to the pool, but on Tuesday, the government pulled the plug. Total internet shutdown. No WhatsApp, no Twitter, no Facebook. Why? Because an 81-year-old president seeking his 7th term is facing off against a 43-year-old Popstar who represents everything the old guard fears. This isn't just an election, it is a coalition between the Africa of the past and the Africa of the future. And for us in Nigeria, watching this play out, it's like looking into a very dangerous mirror. My name is Joseph Osamu Igware, aka Jojo Namani. Subscribe, let's analyze this proper. Let's look at the facts. Yoweri Museveni is arguing that he needs a 7th term to protect the gains of peace. He calls himself the grandfather of the nation. But his opponent, Bobi Wine, his real name is Robert Kyagulanyi, he's drawing massive crowd, not just because he's a musician, but because he speaks the language of the frustrated youth. The tactics, the digital darkness. 2 days before the vote, the internet is gone. Why do governments do this? To keep coordination, the opposition can't organize rallies or rotate votes without communication. To hide evidence, if violence happens at polling units, no one can live stream it to the world. President Museveni once famously said, "The problem of Africa in general is not the people, but leaders who want to overstay in power." That was in 1986. Today, he has become the very thing he criticized. With total control over the army and police, the Electoral Commission analyst says his victory is mathematically inevitable but morally bankrupt. Now, you might be asking, I am in Lagos, I am in Abuja, I am in Port Harcourt, I am in Edo State. Why should I care about an election in Kampala? Here is exactly why this matters to you. Well, the sit-tight syndrome versus the term limit. Nigeria has many problems, but we have successfully maintained term limits. Obasanjo tried for a 3rd term and failed. Jonathan considered defeat. Buhari left after 2 terms. Uganda shows us the alternative. State captured when a leader stays for 40 years. The police, the court, and the army stop serving the country and start serving the person. It is a warning to Nigerians to never ever let our guard down when politicians hit at exceeding tenures for stability. The Sorosoke generation parallel Bobi Wine is 43 years. Museveni is 81 years. The average age in Uganda is roughly 16 years. Does that sound familiar? Nigeria has a massive youth population ruled mostly by the silent generation. Bobi Wine's movement is the East African equivalent of the EndSARS or obedient movement. It is a clash of demographic. If Bobi Wine is crushed, it sends a signal to autocrats across Africa that they can silence the youth if they use enough force. If he makes a dent, it inspires youth movement everywhere, including here. The weaponization of the internet. We remember the Twitter ban in Nigeria. It was frustrating, but in Uganda, they didn't just ban an app, they pulled the plug on the entire internet. This is the new frontier of election rigging. It's not just about stuffing ballot boxes anymore, it's about information dominance. As we approach our own future elections, Nigerians must demand digital right bills that prevent any government from legally shutting down the internet during critical times. By the time the internet comes back on in Uganda, the results will likely be announced and Museveni will likely be declared the winner. But the silence speaks louder than the results. When a government has to shut down the internet to win, they have already admitted that they have lost the argument. Now to you, my audience. Do you think a 40-year rule is ever justified even for peace? Or is it just a dictatorship by another name? And do you think Nigerian democracy is strong enough to resist this kind of sit-tight syndrome? Let's talk in the comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more African geopolitical analysis. Stay connected while you can.